again. This is Wiz here with a quick one today. Today, I want to talk about one of the most sensitive issues, and this is one of the most dangerous things a lot of single Christians do. Single Christian ladies do. Okay, it's one thing to love God. There's nothing wrong with that. It's absolutely wonderful to love God with all your heart. At the same time, use wisdom. Here's what I'm talking about. What some of these ladies are doing is this: she thinks she's heard from God, right? She hasn't spent enough time marinating with the word or that sort of thing. So they are too quick. Okay, a single lady thinks that she's heard from God, and then she's too quick to tell everyone that God said Peter is my husband. Right now, that is very dangerous. Here's the reason why. Number one, first and foremost, your spiritual life. That's something personal, private between you and God. Number one. Number two, you don't know where Peter is spiritually. You don't know where Peter is emotionally. You don't know whether God has spoken to Peter or hasn't. Number three, there's a 50% chance that you might have been wrong, because some of these girls do what some of these girls do is they meet a guy, they see him, they like him, and then she just thinks, I wish I had got a guy like him. Do you know what? Just having that thought that I wish I could have a guy like him can trigger you to have dreams or something like that. Now we saw what happened with Megan Good and Devon Franklin. I'm not the one to comment on other people's relationships, but I'm just using them as an example. Megan Good said from the moment she saw Devon Franklin, she said to herself, "Oh well, that's the kind of guy I want to marry," right? And then a few months down the track, she said God spoke to her that he was going to be her husband, and I think she said that they eventually met after. I think they met again. I think something like that after 9 months or so, and then from there they started dating. Look at what happened. And I think for a lot of people, we had concerns between Megan Good and Devon Franklin, the fact that a lot of people felt that they're incompatible because many people felt that Megan Good didn't represent anything close to Christianity. That's not me. This is just a general consensus in terms of what many people felt based on the movies she started, not only started, but the ones that she's choosing. Remember that no one is forced to appear in any movie. No one is forced to take any script. Okay? So a person of essential has got many options. She has the reasons for, I'm not going to be the judge here. She has the reasons of choosing whatever type of movies she's appearing in. She had a reason for choosing the movie she was appearing in once she was married to Devon Franklin. However, never forget that the moment you choose a certain movie, you're telling people something. You're already speaking. If you claim to be a Christian and a certain role comes that even that movie, that role is about, doesn't line with Christianity, you have a choice to say no or yes. And remember that if you say yes, people outside, when they see the movie or they see the trailer or whatever, they're gonna have opinions. They are going to decide what they decide, because clearly people are not fools. They know that this movie or this particular role does not align with Christian values. There you have it. Okay, I don't like commenting on other people's relationships, but I just want to use these ones as an example. Right? So what could have gone wrong there? I'm not gonna get into that. But this is what can sometimes happen when people can be too quick to go around telling people that God sent Peter as my husband. There's nothing wrong if you believe God spoke to you. You can keep it private for a long time. Get to know the guy. See what I mean? Yep, simple. I talk about that a lot more in a common disagreement partner, and but I think from the outset, it's a very simple thing. If you believe God sent to you, Peter is your husband. Don't be too quick to go tell your pastors. Don't be too quick to go tell everyone. Now, some people say our accountability. Well, the danger is this: if for any reason, okay, you go you tell your pastor. Now, it depending on where things are, and depending also on your maturity level. Because if you went wrong, well, okay, let's say you did tell them, right? Now, what's going to happen is that now all the rest of leadership is now looking to see who's this guy interested in, who's this guy dating, is he coming after you, is he chasing you, what did he say? And not only that, but they also God's timetable as well. If it's God, sometimes God can speak to you about something today, and it happens 8 years later. Now you rush to tell people, everyone in your circle, that God sent Peter's husband, and maybe the dream is supposed to happen. Maybe that prophecy, whatever is going to happen, 8 years. It means for the next 8 years, everyone's gonna be watching. Who's this guy dating? Who does he like? You see, you're putting yourself in a distant. You're drawing a distant attention to yourself. You're drawing a distant attention to him, and many other things I won't get into. But just know that if you believe God spoke to you about someone, take your time, get to know the person. When you get to know the person, you found out. You eventually find out that if God spoke to you or didn't. Okay, you because when you get to know a person for yourself, you're going to see whether your values align. You're going to see the commitment for God. You're going to see whether the outlook for life aligns with yours. But now, if you rush into everyone, the issue is people will begin. The focus is now on to wanting to see if God really spoke it or God didn't, instead of actually getting to know the guy for yourself. You see the difference. When you tell everybody, everyone now wants to see. They want to prove that did God really tell you that Peter is the husband. You see? And yet the focus, it should not be that. The focus should be you finding out if God really spoke to you in terms of getting to know the guy. You get to know him. There's nothing wrong with that. You get to know him, find out what does he like. Does he like you too? And what are his values? Does your value align with yours? What sort of church does he go to? What sort of church does he like? What triggers him? What does he like? You see what I mean? There you go. Anyway, I gotta go. Always remember you have a common destiny, and just remember that just because God tells you something doesn't mean you have to go. You have to go tell everyone about it. There's some things that God will speak to you. You might have seen of them for years before you tell people. You see what I mean? Yes. So you gotta be responsible. That's a topic for another day. Cheers.